Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about how to take high quality pictures, and this is a bunch of, these are a bunch of steps that I kind of figured out myself, and I have some little cheating things that you guys can do to get your pictures to look really good. So the first one is get a good camera. So you don't necessarily need a Nikon or a Canon or anything really fancy like that. You can get any old digital camera, or you can use your cell phone. But what I suggest if you're using your cell phone is that if you have a front camera, do not use it. The back cameras are always better. The next step is find your good side. I struggle with this all the time, but a trick I do is when setting up the camera, I have a mirror behind it, so that way I can see how the picture is looking and make sure my face doesn't look awkward in certain angles. So you can kind of learn that way, or you can use it as a handicap and use it all the time. I use it all the time, so it doesn't matter. Step 3, give yourself options. When you take about 10 pictures, how many of those pictures do you actually like? Chances are you're only going to like 1 or 2 if you're picky like I am. So what you could do is take about, I like to take a lot of pictures, about 50, that way you can have a lot more options. Out of that 50 you can probably have like 10 to 20 pictures as opposed to 1 or 2 pictures if you had only taken 10. The next step is try something other than face picture shots. So what you can do about that is to go out and get a tripod, but if that's not an option for you, then you can just get a chair, stack up some books, and set your camera on there along with your mirror to make sure everything looks good. The next step is backgrounds. Nothing is more annoying than seeing a bunch of pictures online of girls in their messy bedrooms, and I will admit that I am guilty of this a lot, but there's something I recently discovered that actually works. So instead of taking pictures in your messy bedroom or your backyard, try to go out and take pictures in a really pretty park, or I guess at the beach or something. But if you are lazy like I am, then you'll probably just set up something in your room. And what I like to do is take a white sheet, a really thin one, and pin it up with wall pins and stretch it out so that way it's not wrinkled at all, and use that as a backdrop. Crop just crop it so it actually looks like your background is just a white background. And you don't necessarily need a white blanket. You can use other colors, you can use other patterns, but I like white. It's pretty basic and it's usually what people see. Alright, the next step is to fix your flaws. Now I'm not saying go out and go get Photoshop and remove every freckle you have and stuff like that. What I'm saying is pretty much you can remove your blemishes, you can remove your under eye circles, which I have in every single picture I take and a lot of my videos, and that's something I really hate. So I do edit them out. I'm not going to lie about that. I use the Picasa Google tool. I use the retouch tool in that software to get out, or to remove all my under eye circles, my blemishes. But if you like Photoshop and you're more comfortable with that, then go ahead. Alright. I also like to use phone apps, like if I don't feel like uploading it to the computer. I use the Jasmaryz app, which is spelled C-Y-M-E-R-A. And I don't know if that's on iPhones. I got that on my Android. I have that and PixArt too. PixArt has a blending tool that makes your skin look really soft, and so does Jasmaryz, but Jasmaryz does it a lot faster. So that one I do suggest. Next is lighting. So when you take pictures, sometimes you come out too dark or you come out too light if you use a flash. I do not recommend a flash at all. Set the camera settings to incandescent. I think that's how you say it. But it's pretty much changing the white balance, that way you don't look so orange. And I don't care who you are, most digital cameras make you look orange unless you change the white balance settings. So you can do that and use a lamp. You can use just any old lamp just to kind of brighten up your pictures. Next is filters. Now filters is just a really fancy word for editing the colors or adding effects to your pictures. My favorite is cross process. I think it just looks really pretty. But you don't have to do this to every picture, but if you do it to some pictures, it actually really does make a difference. And the very last step is to have fun. Don't try to take yourself too seriously, just have fun with it. Go online and look up modeling poses or stuff like that if you really have questions about it. And here is a do versus don't picture. The left picture is a picture that I just did recently, and I used a filter and it made the edges look darker and actually looks kind of professional in my opinion. And the right one is a really old picture I took in my messy room, and you can see the saint in the background and my guitar and my messy bed. So you can pretty much just see the difference. So yeah, I hope you guys use these tips, and I hope it works for you. So yeah, and if you want to refer to these steps again but do not want to watch the video, then I'll leave a link in the description to my website where it has the how-to guide step by step, exactly how I read it. Alright, I love you guys, and I hope this works for you. Bye.